Drugs are bad, okay?
They are.
Bad.
No.
Okay?
Oh no.
Okay. Paige. Not Paige that we just wish
Not
to.
Seth's wife.
Yeah, not that Paige. That's the good Paige. The bad Paige. The one. Did I get you a page? I won the thing. Yeah, I gave that to you.
I got an autographed picture of
Yeah,
Paige.
you got an autographed picture. That was very sweet of me. If I do say so myself. But she's been a very naughty girl. She's been into the drugs again.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of drugs, but
she
into the drugs.
she had come out and said it's the same, I believe, same shit, different day, is what she said on Twitter. Meaning, the story behind that is that she has a prescription drug for painkillers for whatever injury she has, neck injury, shoulder injury. I don't know what injury she has, but she has a prescription for painkillers. And she says that's what she tested positive for the first time. But she had a prescription. The second suspension that she's had recently, the 60-day suspension, that's when she tweeted that out and saying that it's the same situation.
Okay.
WWE has come out and said it was an illegal substance in her system.
Oh.
Is what they found.
I was going to say, with all these people saying, oh, I had a prescription, you would think at some point in time in this multi-million-dollar contract that I have, I don't know about Paige. I know I'm kind of more
not multi-million,
but significant amount of money contract,
hundreds of thousands,
right?
Probably.
Perhaps I should follow the rules. I know that having a prescription drug kind of goes above and beyond what they have as their rules. So there are extenuating circumstances that you have to fulfill to make it okay. Why not fulfill those and make it okay to do what you're doing? Especially with how strong this drug protocol is.
I wonder how strict or how inconveniencing. How's that? I wonder how much of an inconvenience it is for these superstars to fill out the proper paperwork. Because even Marie said the same thing. I had issues. I didn't get the paperwork filled out.
No.
Is it just them forgetting, being irresponsible, or is it
a lie that they're using?
Yeah.
I feel like it takes a whole lot of stupidity or laziness, which I'm one to talk about the two things. But for it to be true, it takes a whole lot of stupidity or laziness to let that go. I think it's more of a way of covering your butt on Twitter. I think in this case, usually WWE doesn't come out and say, that was a lie.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if she's coming back. I mean,
I don't think so.
I thought she was going to until this most recent one.
I think WWE's turned into Murray or whatever his name is, and kind of seen way too much and seen through this. So they're going to continue to, with her circumstance anyways, to say the results are in, and that was a lie. Because I think they are just absolutely done with her.
Yeah, I think especially she continues to date Alberto Del Rio, and I think he's been very much blacklisted in the WWE.
Yeah, and I don't think, because a lot of people, when you read stuff online about that, they're like, oh, you should be free to date whoever you want to date. I get that, but like you said, he's been blacklisted for his extracurricular activities, and I think that WWE, kind of like what I said with China with Triple H. Triple H says, I don't want some kid Googling China and seeing what comes up with that. Granted, that might be a little bit hypocritical with other people that have gotten rings and stuff like that. But I think that they have strictly said, we're now a family product. We're for kids. And if you're going to be doing this with your life, you're not going to be somebody that we're going to push and put money into as being a potential role model.
Especially anymore. As big of a role model as Paige has been for girls, because she isn't the typical, they keep saying the atypical diva back in the day.
Which is the cool thing for little girls to be.
Exactly.
I'm not like everyone else. I'm going to be like her.
So it's very cool for her to be that role model, but when it comes into the fact where she's like, I'm
Doing
gonna
drugs,
be
that's
doing
not
the
cool.
drugs, that's not okay, or
Right.
whatever. So yeah, Alberto Del Rio came to her defense too on Twitter.
Of course he did. I mean,
Yeah.
I
mean, saying
part of being the man. I mean, you gotta
saying the same thing. Yeah, WWE. I don't think they tweeted it out, but they made a statement to the New York Post. I'm
Right.
seeing here when they reached out to her and saying she did not test for a prescribed drug. She tested positive for a illegal substance.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that WWE is just 100% right all the time in their judgment. I know they've done dumb stuff, but I think I'm going to defer to their judgment on this one. I know that Paige isn't a perfect angel, and I know that obviously with what's come out, when the facts come out, there's more to it. So, you know who is a role model, though, and I'm going to let you kind of take over.
Who's
on
that?
This. John Cena is a role model.
John Cena is a role model for everyone. Boys, girls, mostly boys, I would think, especially with the way he runs his household. I don't even need this.
Just going off the heart now. I know that when you first told me, because I've watched a few episodes of Total Divas, and there are things on it, and I'm not trying to be like say things about women or anything like that. But my favorite parts of Total Divas that I have seen are with John Cena in them.
John Cena is one of the better characters on Total Divas,
along with
Daniel Bryan.
Bryan's okay from what I've seen him, but John is what I want to see most of the time. Those are the better segments of the show. And like I said, I've only seen like 5 or 6 episodes.
And if you like this with John Cena on Total Divas, Total Bellas is the show to watch because
it's just a John Cena show.
It's more or less the John Cena show. It's the Nikki Bella show.
Okay.
And it's everyone has come to live with her and John during her recovery from her neck surgery.
And I think that's what I can't stand. I could probably do Total Bellas if it was just Nikki and a lot less of Brie.
Well, it's Nikki and Brie together, of
right,
course.
Right.
But like I said, they're all coming together. She invites Brie and Bryan, her brother, their brother, and her mom and John Laurinaitis.
Is John dating her mom?
John Laurinaitis and her mom are engaged at this
point.
Oh,
Jesus, really?
They're actually married now.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they all come to live with John and Nikki at their mansion. Brie and Bryan are staying in the guest house, which is twice the size as their actual house.
So it's not all the same like John couldn't fit both people into that house. No. I don't understand that. How much room does a human being need?
So they're living with him from, I think their brother is also living in the house somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And John Laurinaitis lives 3 houses down with Nikki and Brie's mom. But anyway, the first episode was this week. And
worth watching.
It is worth watching.
Right.
Basically, the whole thing is John Cena setting him down and explaining some ground rules of his house.
Now, before you go into these ground rules, I want to just kind of share with you guys. I haven't seen the episode, but Tom explains to me when his girlfriend, I almost said fiance in that. No, it's scared. Because all my friends would be like married then if that happened. I'm like scared of that as it is. Tony's in the other room, like absolutely not. I'm gonna kill him. But the ground rules that he laid in the other show when Nikki was moving in with him, you said that you were gonna have Tony do the same thing when she was moving in.
In Total Divas, when Nikki moved in with John, he made her sign a cohabitation agreement to live in his house, and she actually calls back to that. She's like, I understand what the rest of my family is going through because I had to sign a goddamn contract to live in this house. So
the contract was like what were the details of it? You told me.
The biggest one was like, if I want you out of the house, you have 48 hours to get your crap and leave. No questions asked. If I want you out, you have to leave. That was one of the big ones.
Guests or something.
Yeah, just guests had to be screened through him and all that kind of stuff. But on this show, on Total Bellas, they all get together. No shoes in the house, and Brie and Bryan knew this to begin with, so they took their shoes off before they went in.
Well, they're hippies. They don't wear shoes anyway,
Yeah.
right?
And John tells them, tonight we're going to have a formal dinner, and we'll talk about the rules then. I like to have a formal dinner every day, or every Wednesday, once a week at least. So get dressed up and come down for dinner. Dinner's at 7. Don't be late. And okay. So when they show up for dinner, they're dressed up, but they're not wearing shoes because they're inside the house.
Yeah.
And then John Cena chastises them. He's like, "Why aren't you wearing shoes? It's a formal dinner. And what's the matter with you?" Like,
you told me not to wear shoes.
Not wearing shoes. They're like, "Okay, it's fine. In the future, you know to wear a clean pair of shoes." He says, "Clean pair of shoes." Emphasizes, like, buy a pair of shoes.
As a jerk when he's doing this?
He comes off very, very OCD. Very.
Oh, okay.
I have to be in control of things.
Yeah.
So they sit down for dinner, and he's telling them, "Here are the rules. You don't flush anything down the toilet that isn't toilet paper."
Yeah.
He gets up and goes to the door and shows them how to shut the door properly.
Yeah.
He's like, "Make sure you do this. If you're going to stay up late at night, make sure you let me know about it, because this is a no shoot for a state, and I have a lot of guns." He's like,
I thought you were saying in the guest house.
Yeah, but the guest house is connected.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like it was a separate house.
No, It's like still on the same compound.
Gotcha.
You know? He's like, "Yeah, if you can be walking around, let me know so I don't shoot you."
Right.
There are alligators everywhere. He's like, "We're within 3 feet of a pond everywhere.
Yeah.
There's alligators, so be careful when you're outside."
Where they live, down in Miami or something? Or?
Yeah, it's Florida or something.
Okay. Why do you think he's so
I don't
that?
know.
Is it part of the show?
Nikki describes it as he had a tough upbringing.
Okay.
Didn't have a whole lot. So now that he has things, he likes to protect them. Keep them
that
pristine.
makes sense. I think about it in my head, the way I could rationalize that is like you just said, he didn't have it, so now that he has it, he wants to protect it. Also, I mean, I think about it, he's gone from home how many days, how many weeks in a year. His home is like, this is what I have. I mean, I've got my money, of course, that I've earned, but this is my place to feel safe, and then these are my rules. You're going to live by them.
Yeah. He also tells Bryan and Brie, it's like, "Your dog's here, she's not allowed in my house. She has to stay in the guest house because she sheds."
Okay.
And later on in the episode, the dog's outside running around when Bryan and Brie are gone. And she tries to get in the house while he's going in.
Yeah.
And he's trying to keep her away. He like steps in front of her.
Yeah.
And the dog bites him. And so when Bryan
in my house.
Yeah. When Bryan gets home, he's like, "What are we gonna do about this?"
He like sits him down about like, "We're gonna kill your dog.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's gonna happen."
Well, he's telling Nikki, he's like, "Call animal control now." He's like, "That's what you do when a dog bites someone. They call animal control. They come and get the dog and shoot it."
Yeah.
He's like, "We need to do that." Nikki's like, "No, we're not doing that," But Bryan's like, "Well, she's not used to not having to be able to run wherever she wants to go, and she's anxious, And he's like, "Well, I can't have a dog that bites. It's a liability, So
yeah.
I understand both sides of the argument, but it's funny to see John Cena on TV on wrestling,
just being the good guy and like being easygoing,
to going from being Mr. OCD, Mr. Controlling guy.
Yeah. Sounds like I've got a show to watch.
I'll definitely be watching.
If I'm not asleep by the time I get home, which I gotta drive, so I hope that doesn't happen. But I'll probably watch it tonight. Is it 30 minutes or an hour?
Watch it Thursdays on Hulu.
Okay.
Because it premieres live on Wednesday.
So okay, so I mean, I could watch it tonight if I did, and then be able to watch tomorrow's episode tomorrow when I get off work.
Mm-hmm.
That would work for me. If not, I'll just binge the two at once.